In this video, we're going to look at some key features to apply the position logic platform to marine sales. And by marine sales, we're typically looking for marine fleets of vehicles, be it rental boats, jet skis, perhaps parasail type boats, and what features can we use in order to better sell to these clients. So for these clients, we're going to look at things like maintenance by engine hours. In the marine environment, typically we're looking at engine hours, not by distance traveled. We're going to look at the tracking page, as there's a number of useful features on there. We're going to look at reverse geocode by point of interest, the Geofence in and out report, and some custom alerts such as high water or engine disconnect. So we're going to look at how we set up the maintenance for a marine environment. And notice we've changed the name vehicle to vessel in our marine client. We're going to go ahead to the maintenance scheduler, and we can see that this particular operator has selected to do a 100-hour service. It's fairly typical, and they're just going to want to bring in the jet ski or the boat every 100 hours to do their regular maintenance. If we wanted to, we could add very specific maintenances to this. For example, every 250 hours, replace lower engine oil. Then we have the history system. We've used the automatic history generator when we first did the installation here, and we can see that they've performed a service at 344 hours, which is now, of course, going to be our new reset point, and we're going to be looking for the next one at engine hours 444. When we take a look at the tracking page for the marine operator, number one, typically we're going to use the directional icons just because it gives them a very quick glance at what direction that their boats are headed in or the jet skis have headed in. We're also going to use the reverse geocode by point of interest, which allows us to put in points of interest and then, instead of having an address, which doesn't make much sense when you're on the water, be able to pull that point of interest name so we know the approximate location. So for example, we'll take a look at the Double Sunshine, which is in point of interest, Naples Bay Central. The history feature can be very useful so that we can see where they've gone. One other thing to think about from a hardware perspective, when you're selecting your equipment to trace boats or jet skis, you're going to want a device that's either waterproof or sealed, or put it in some kind of a case like a Pelican case just to protect it from that harsh seawater environment. The other thing is, you may want to look at a device that has the turn-by-turn capability. So instead of doing just reporting based on time, we're going to add that turn-by-turn, and it's going to give us much better resolution when we're looking at how our boats are traveling in the areas. One other useful tool for the rental fleet operators is to create a geofence where their standard operation or standard rental area is. In this case, it's on the beach. They also have a storage area located up higher on the beach. By doing this, we can generate an alert or an event every time the jet ski leaves the rental area or comes back to the rental area. By using the Geofence EntryExit Report, we now have a report that gives us the time that the boat or jet ski left the rental area, the time that it came back, the total time spent out, which will give the manager an opportunity to verify the rental times against what's turned in by the operator or by the log sheets. So we're going to go ahead to the Geofence EntryExit Report. We'll go ahead and run this. Now that we have our Geofence EntryExit Report, we'll be able to see that the boat or jet ski was moved from the storage area to the rental area at 9:20 a.m. The first rental started at 10:10 a.m. and lasted for an hour and a half. The second one would have started at 12:33, lasted for 1.62 hours, and the last one started at 2:47 and lasted 1.45 hours. So at a glance, the operator can see we had 3 hour-and-a-half rentals today. We should be able to verify that against the log sheet turned in. I want to look at some custom alerts like winch active. This is useful for parasail operators, so they know what time the winch went out, what time it went back in, how long somebody was up on the sail, again, so that the owner can verify that against the captain's log sheet. So any of these type of alerts, be it winch active, high water, engine disconnect, are very easy to set up, and again can be set up with almost any GPS tracking device. I hope this video has been helpful and you have a better idea now on how to sell to and service the marine industry.